What's happening, folks? Back with another reaction, back with some more Belinda Carlisle. And we're returning to the 1989 album Runaway Horses. Thank you, as always, to Phil for this catalog and much, much else. And the next track in the playlist is La Luna. So I do wonder whether this relates to the moon, which is what I would expect given the phrasing. It is a reference to the moon in Spanish. And in that regard, if it is a direct subject of the song or whether it is just more of a visual backdrop and an atmosphere, I will try to catch what I can. Let's give it a listen. This is Belinda Carlisle. The track is La Luna, and it's from her 1989 album Runaway Horses.
We were walking, we were talking, we were laughing about the state of our lives. Our fates brought us together as the moon was rising in your eyes. The night was falling deep down inside. On and on our light was shining bright through. All the world was mad with romance. In the harbor, moonlit water, all the ships were swaying a dance. Then you held me and you kissed me, and I knew I had to be with you. You didn't ask me, you just took me to the tiny bed in your tiny room.
Yo, if the fiddle or violin is playing that expressively, you're not allowed to fade it. So, okay, I'm not surprised that we have Spanish-style guitar. I figured that might be the case given the Spanish language title, and I don't think I was wrong that the moon is both a backdrop, a literal visual reference, and, reflected in this guy's eyes, and this is part of the enchantment of the evening and their connection, which sounds like it happened in a specific historical circumstance, and then maybe there's a separation. Maybe, they met when she was on vacation or in an exotic land, and then now it's like she wants to recapture that. She wants to have him back in front of her, like literally and I think emotionally. So it's like almost calling on the power of the moon. But in that regard, it sounds like, the under the spell of the moon is how she's depicting what happened between them. So it's, again, both a visual backdrop, but also a conceptual artifact in the story between people. So it was a bit of, see, both of the above. And yes, ultimately, we get visual references, the stars above, and, like being on his little bed in his little room and the band playing on, and like there's a physical story that's being articulated, but we're also like in her mind and the way she seemingly was mesmerized by him and by the experience and the connection, the passion, the intimacy. So yeah, very, I think, expressively written. And yes, the Spanish guitar, fantastic. I mean, it's strumming along the whole time, and it gave that Spanish guitar feel right away. Again, sounding like a Rodrigo piece or something. But then in the back half, there was a moment when it really kind of got lyrical in the guitar playing, so that was especially enjoyable. But my favorite part of the Sonics is that fiddle, which has a really rich sound to it and felt like it gave the track an even greater emotional power and intensity than it already had. So sonically, I love it. It's like a world pop tune is how it feels. Like it still feels like a pop track, and yet it has, again, more of a like regional sound to it, and it sounds more natural instrument than a lot of her other tracks, which have, sort of more of like an 80s synth pop sound, or at least at this point in her catalog. So yeah, it really stood out as having a more anomalous and very enjoyable sound in terms of the instrumentation, and I enjoy her like vocal storytelling. It's like her vocals were as passionate. I mean, it's not like she was singing crazy big. She wasn't like belting, the house down, but I felt the like emotion and the attraction and the excitement in the lyrics through her vocal performance. So yeah, a really cool one from Belinda. Let me know what you think, and I will see you next time. Peace.